Hello, hello, hello. My name is Nathaniel Crawford, and I am here today to share with you the signature method we use here at Black Luxury Realty with all of our clients to help them sell their homes for the best price in the shortest period of time possible. This is also a process we use when helping buyers find their best home at the best price in the shortest period of time possible. This process is a process that I've put together over my years, over a decade, selling luxury real estate here in South Florida, and being blessed to be able to be around some amazing agents who are doing amazing things and learning from all of these top producing agents. As I was a new agent and sort of growing into the business, I was able to watch to see both with my clients and with other people's clients what were the things that were really moving the needle in terms of helping them to reach their real estate goals, and in taking all of those things in and seeing what was working for me and what was working for other people, was able to craft a method that allowed me to consistently help my clients, both buyers and sellers, achieve their real estate goals in getting the homes they were looking for bought or sold at the best price in the shortest period of time possible. That signature method that I created is called the Luxury Culture Method. Okay, that method is a 5-step process. It's 5 steps: conversation, preparation, curation, presentation, collaboration. And I'm going to share with you those 5 steps today and walk you through what each one of those 5 steps consist of. So the first step is conversation. In conversation is exactly what it sounds like. It's sitting down with a client where you and I will get together and we'll talk. We'll talk through your goals, and in this conversation, our goal of this conversation is to answer what I call the 4 W's. Okay, the what, who, when, and why. Right? Those are the 4. What, who, when, why. What are these things? So the first one I'm going to talk about is who. And people usually get a little confused. They're like, who? What do you mean? Who am I selling real estate for? Who am I trying to buy real estate for? No. What I mean is who is real estate to you right now? If you had to describe your current relationship with real estate as a family member, how would you describe it? Is it a good friend that you can depend on all the time? Is it a new relationship? Are you just getting into your real estate, the real estate space? Is it a drunk uncle who isn't dependable, that you thought you knew but you really don't know? How would you describe your relationship with real estate right now? Understanding sort of that baseline thing is a great place for us to be able to, for me to know sort of where we are and how I can assist in helping you to understand the lay of the land when it comes to your real estate. Not telling you stuff you already know, but also not taking for granted that you know things that you don't know. Right? So having that conversation where we can sort of walk through who is real estate to you right now. The next thing we'll talk about in that conversation is what does your real estate do for you right now? What does it not do for you right now? You know, the location wise, space wise, you know, what is it? What are you getting out of it? What do you wish you were getting out of it? What makes your current home great? What makes it not so great? You know, a lot of times when you move into a home, and we talk a little bit more about this in the curation portion of the method. But a lot of times what made your home great when you first moved in might not be what makes it so great now. That space and views and all those things that were wonderful might have been great when you were a bachelor, or it might have been great when it was just you and your spouse. But now that you have, a baby and a dog, those views in that space are not enough. So understanding what your real estate is doing for you now, what it's not doing for you now, gives us another, again, we're building a foundation here to sort of understand where you stand in your real estate journey at a foundational level. Where are you right now? All right. Then the next thing that we're going to touch on in this process is when. When do you need to achieve this particular step, this particular goal in your real estate journey? You know, what's your timeline for this particular thing? Are you moving because of a relocation? Do you need to sell because of a relocation? Do you need to buy before school starts? Do you have one of your babies is moved off to college and you're buying a property there? Is it an investment property that needs to pay for college? You know, is it a property you got to sell to pay for college? Understanding, you know, when do these goals need to be met? Is there a hard timeline, or in this when do you actually have the luxury of time? You know, the luxury of time is an underlying theme of a lot of the things we do. When you having that luxury of time to wait for exactly what you're looking for, or do you have the luxury of time, but you have the luxury of financing or the luxury of leverage to be able to find something and then make it into what you're looking for? Understanding that timeline, how hard it is, and what is the situation that frames that timeline, so we know exactly what you're trying to achieve and when you're trying to achieve it. And then the fourth W in that is the why. And this is another underlying theme of our whole luxury culture conversation in us trying to talk through and establish what your unique luxury culture is. We have to understand your why. Is this a why that is a large, you know, this is a investment property or a property that's a significant part of your legacy? Is this a why that you want to sell this particular property because you would like to close a particular chapter and open and begin a new chapter? What's the why behind this particular real estate goal, right? Real estate is much like happiness. I believe in that it's a journey. So you're not done. You know, as long as you're here, your life is in some shape, form, or fashion connected to some real estate. But in this particular portion of your journey, what is the why? Why are we buying? Why are we selling? Why are we trying to achieve this goal? Okay? So those are the four W's that we strive to answer and get very, very specific clarity on in the first step of the luxury culture method, and that is the conversation step. So the conversation step one of the luxury culture method is to answer those four questions: who, what, when, and why. Okay? All right. Now, we'll move on to step two in the luxury culture method, and that is preparation. Hello, real quick. If you are thinking about selling your home right now and you need information fast, there are three ways for us to talk fast. One, you can call me 305-767-3182. 305-767-3182. Two, you can text me, same number, 305-767-3182. Or number three, you can comment on this video or send me a direct message on any one of our platforms. If you are interested in selling your home right now, quickly, fastest, in the shortest period of time, for the best price possible, let's talk really soon. All right? I want to help you achieve your real estate goals. So, preparation. The second step in the luxury culture method here at Black Luxury Realty. Okay, so if you don't know already, I really like acronyms. So the second step in the luxury culture method, preparation, consists of four different parts. And we use the acronym FACE for those four different parts. FACE, okay? Financing, appearance, contingency planning, and exposure. Those are the four steps or four different parts of the second step in the luxury culture method: financing, appearance, contingency planning, and exposure. So how do those break down in the preparation of the luxury culture method to help you achieve your real estate goals? So financing, exactly what it sounds like. How are we financing this purchase? Is it cash? Are we financing? Is it a loan? Is it a HELOC? What are the specific? Are there any specific tax goals we need to achieve with this? Is it a 1031 exchange? Understanding the financing component of this transaction is a very important part of getting prepared to do this. So in our preparation, we want to make sure we understand how we're financing this. So before we go look at anything, we know how much home you can afford. We know what type of home we need to be looking at, location, all of that stuff. Any specific things as related to the financing, we can address those: size, location, anything along those lines. In this next step, appearance is specific to clients who are selling a home and then buying a home. So appearance, before we list any homes for sale here at Black Luxury Realty, one of the things we do is we do a walkthrough. And that walkthrough, during that walkthrough, we'll discuss whether you want to stage your home or not. Professional staging can be very, very, very beneficial, especially in competitive markets. In addition to staging, we want to make sure we're making any small repairs that may need to be, touch-up painting, doors, windows, little things that can add value, that can really be details that set your home apart. You don't want not having a room painted to set you back when it comes to a potential buyer. All right. So financing, making sure how we're going to pay for it, appearance, walkthroughs, small repairs, painting, contingency planning. C. The C in face is a big deal. And why is that? It is a big deal because very often in scenarios where clients are selling a home and buying a home, and the home they're selling is a primary residence, they don't spend enough time thinking about, well, what if my home sells before we find a home to buy? What's the contingency plan? How are we going to navigate that? So we make sure that we have a plan for that. Is it a short-term rental? Is it you're staying with family? What is the scenario? Are you staying in another one of your properties? What is the contingency plan for when your amazing real estate broker sells your property in a fraction of the time that you thought it was going to take? Now what do we do? Making sure, or I've seen the reverse of that happen. You have a home that you're selling, and the home that you're buying, you find that one before you get the first one sold. What's the plan there? So understanding that you have contingency plans in place for any eventuality. You want to make sure you're covering those bases, okay? And then the E in face is exposure. And again, this ties back to the property that you're listing for sale. We want to make sure that we are putting ourselves in position to maximize the exposure on that property. We will put together a custom marketing plan that is unique to your property, to tell the story of your property, to help other people fall in love with your home the same way that you fell in love with that home when you first bought it. That is the theme, that is the goal there. We want to make sure we're maximizing that exposure, and that exposure includes a photo shoot, a video, drone. We're telling the story of the neighborhood and all that great stuff. So we're putting together that plan to prepare. It's the second step. We're preparing to put this home on the market. We're preparing to find you that next home. Financing, appearance, contingency planning, and exposure. Those are the four pieces. Those are the face in the second step of the luxury culture method, which is preparation. All right. So now we've talked about the conversation. We've talked about preparation. The next step after conversation and preparation, we get into some of the fun stuff, which is curation. So real quick, as a broker, One of my goals is to help all of the agents here at Black Luxury Realty achieve their financial goals so that they can lead more meaningful and more impactful lives. That is one of my primary focuses. That is one of the reasons I started this brokerage. If you or anyone you know is in real estate and looking for a brokerage home, I would love to sit down to talk to see how we can help you here at Black Luxury Realty. All right? Comment below, send me a direct message. Let's talk soon. So, curation. This portion of the process is very, very straightforward. This is obviously the exciting part where we get to start actually looking at those homes and digging into that next portion of your real estate journey. The two things that we focus on here in the curation portion of the luxury culture method are the two W's: what and where. All right. This is the part of the process where we combine everything that we've talked about in our conversation. We combine that conversation with my market expertise, knowledge, resources, and network of our team here at Black Luxury Realty to help you achieve your real estate goals in the shortest time possible. You don't want to see all the properties. You want to see the right properties. And it is my job and the job of my team to help us curate the right properties for you based on our conversations, based on what you've said, what you haven't said, what you've shown us, what has come out from our conversations and our time together, to curate that. You don't want to see all the 4-bedroom, 3-bath homes within walking distance of the beach. You want to see the right ones. And that's where we really dig in. And that's why the first 3 steps in the process are so important. That's why us really having clarity in the conversation and the preparation is what gets us to meaningful curation to show you the right things. All right. So again, it's really straightforward. It's not a whole lot of meat here. There's a lot of action here. This is when, once we curate those homes, this is when we get out and get to look at them. This is the step here where I take all of that, I curate those properties down, I send them over to you, which is usually for most of my clients is a list of anywhere between, say, I can be, depending on your criteria, I've seen it as short as 5. I've seen it as big as around 25-ish properties. And from that, we then whittle it down to properties you want to see. That includes sometimes it's new construction, pre-construction. It may very well be custom home builds, just depending on our conversation. So the curation portion is where we establish what you're looking for, where you're looking for it, and those are 2 W's that we extract from our previous conversation. All right. So there you have the curation portion of the luxury culture method. We have the conversation, the preparation, the curation portion. All right. This is, I see where it's step by step, and each one of these steps builds on the one prior. Conversation, preparation, curation, and our next step here is presentation. Hello, real quick. If you are thinking about selling your home right now and you need information fast, there are 3 ways for us to talk fast. 1, you can call me 305-767-3182, 305-767-3182. 2, you can text me, same number, 305-767-3182. Or number 3, you can comment on this video or send me a direct message on any one of our platforms. If you are interested in selling your home right now, quickly, fastest, in the shortest period of time, for the best price possible, let's talk really soon. All right?
I want to help you achieve your real estate goals.
Okay, so presentation. Presentation is, again, we're getting into the fun stuff. We get the curation, presentation. This is where we're getting to the nitty gritty of achieving your real estate goals. This is the nitty gritty though, because we built a solid foundation on our first three steps: the conversation, preparation, and curation. When we get to presentation, what we're talking about on both sides of whether you're buying or selling, is whether it's presenting offers in the most compelling way, presenting your property in the best way, which ties into that amazing marketing plan that your awesome real estate professional can put together for you, and some of these steps, or all of these steps actually, can be used even if you're not working with a real estate agent. If you're doing this yourself, if you decide to go the for sale by owner route, all of these things are still relevant. You just have to have these conversations with yourself or with your family member or with whomever is helping you to navigate this particular portion of your real estate journey. However, here in this place, when I'm talking to clients, or where anybody at our brokerage here is talking to clients about the particular portion of their real estate journey that is the presentation portion of the luxury culture method, there are three tips that we make sure we highlight in this particular portion of your journey. One, as you're negotiating contracts, when you're presenting contracts or contracts are being presented to you, you want to remember terms are just as important as price. In some cases, they may even be more important. So you're not all. It's not just about getting the number you want. It's getting that number in a way that helps you to achieve your real estate goals. Do you need to stay in the home after closing? Do you need to move that closing date sooner or later? Do you need to move it up or push it back? What other terms are there that you can add? Furniture, is furniture included? Is it not included if you're buying or selling? What other terms in that contract other than the price can you make sure are being presented to you in a way that's most advantageous? And if you're submitting an offer, the same thing applies. How do you submit that offer with the sexiest terms you can present to make sure that you are presenting the best offer to that seller? All right. So presentation, in the presentation process, terms of the deal that you're presenting or the deal that's being presented to you is something to be very, very, very mindful of. The presentation of your home, this is again where the previous steps come together. So the marketing plan, the video, the strategy, this is where we host our exclusive Brokers Open and open houses to make sure that we're maximizing the visibility for your property. Another piece of advice that is relevant here, as well as in the next step of collaboration, is be decisive in your presentation. Know what you want to present it in that way. You don't want to be of two minds, and you don't want to be confusing. You don't want to be ambiguous. This is what we need. These are the terms. This is what we go with. Okay. And you also want to remember, in the context of presenting offers or having offers presented to you, that patience can be profitable. So you want to be mindful that there will be times you can be decisive and be patient at the same time. This is what we want. This is how we want to move. But we're willing to wait for this. So be mindful of that. You know what I mean? So those are things, and there's a lot of overlap between here, these last two steps here, the presentation and collaboration. I'm going to get into collaboration here in a moment, but these are two very, very closely related steps: presentation and collaboration. So in the presentation step, when we're presenting offers or having offers presented, we want to be mindful of terms. We want to be decisive, and we want to be patient. Okay. So next step we're going to jump into is, the final step in this particular portion of your real estate journey and of the luxury culture method, and that is collaboration.
So, real quick, as a broker, one of my goals is to help all of the agents here at Black Luxury Realty achieve their financial goals so that they can lead more meaningful, more impactful lives. That is one of my primary focuses. That is one of the reasons I started this brokerage. If you or anyone you know is in real estate and looking for a brokerage home, I would love to sit down to talk to see how we can help you here at Black Luxury Realty. All right? Comment below, send me a direct message. Let's talk soon.
So here we are. We have made it on our real estate journey to the fifth and final step of the luxury culture method, which is collaboration. Now, collaboration there's a lot of overlap, like I said, between the presentation and the collaboration. And a lot of that overlap lies in the negotiation of the contract, right? So those terms that we talked about and understanding your price and stuff like that. So, but after we get past that, so once we have an executed contract, once we have money in escrow, once we've agreed on the price and the terms, there are still, things that need to be done before we can have a successful closing and transfer of ownership. A couple of those things are inspection, appraisal, depending on the type of community or type of property, there may be association approvals. Depending on your financing type, or there may be additional requirements from your lender. And all of these things have the potential to require, or all of them require collaboration to some degree between us as buyers and sellers, or us as buyers and lenders, or agents and buyers agents and sellers agents, or agents and the association representatives. All of these people, there are a whole bunch of different parties here. And as your real estate broker, it's my job in many cases to interface with these people on your behalf. Obviously, some of these will be people that you would have to collaborate with, whether it be your lender or very particular things about your inspection or appraisal, stuff like that. But in most of these cases, as your real estate broker, this is where I am helping you in that capacity to navigate collaborating with these people. This is also the time where you would be working in collaboration via your representative, obviously me or whomever, with the seller. Because now both you and the seller, or you and the buyer, depending on which side of the transaction you're on, have a vested interest in getting this transaction across the finish line. And collaboration is key. And in this process, this is also where much like the presentation portion, patience can be profitable. There's, Murphy's Rule is ever present in real estate, as many of us know. And in some cases, whatever can go wrong will go wrong. And having the patience, the foresight, the commitment, the education, and the access to professionals like myself and my team to help you guide through or navigate any challenges that may come up is the best way to get to your current real estate goal, right? So collaboration here is key. Bring your patience, understanding, knowledge, and make sure that you are surrounding yourself with a strong team. This collaboration portion of the luxury culture method is where we handle all of this. So we are here to help you navigate, or to navigate that ship for you, and to let you know, to keep you informed of what's required. A lot of times in this step with us, actually throughout the luxury culture method, the process, you're getting, weekly, in some cases daily updates of what's going on, progress reports, activity reports, just understanding what's required, what's not required, what we've done, what needs to be done. So it's our goal here, and the purpose of this luxury culture method is to make the process of buying or selling real estate as smooth and clear as possible. That is the goal of, and I believe should be the goal of any real estate professional that you work with. Outside of getting you the best deal in the shortest time possible, the making sure that that transaction is as smooth and clear as possible should be one of their top priorities. And making transactions as smooth and clear as possible is in large part a function of strong, good, professional collaboration. How do you get from a good conversation to a good closing? There's a lot of collaboration that goes into that. So understanding that there will be association approvals, that there may be additional repairs that you would need to be requesting of your seller if you're buying a home. There may be additional repairs requested of you if you're selling a home. A lender may be asking for additional requirements from you as a buyer. If you're buying a home, a lender may be asking for additional requirements of the buyer that's purchasing your home. So understanding that these can all be things that come up. Association may be asking for interesting things, and in some cases, you as the seller may need to step in and go speak with someone at the association to help navigate that process, to help collaborate to get a deal done. So there are a lot of things that could be going on there, and one of the common threads through all of this is very much going to be collaboration. That is what gets us across the finish line to the closing table to sign documents. And after collaboration has gotten us across the finish line, we get a bonus step. We get a bonus step in the luxury culture method. So we know what the 5 steps are, right? Conversation, preparation, presentation, right? This is crazy. Conversation, preparation, curation, presentation, and collaboration. And the bonus step is, you got it, celebration. Once collaboration has gotten us across the finish line, once we have made that transaction, we have accomplished this specific real estate goal, we got to celebrate. We celebrate the wins, and then we look off into the horizon to see what is the next stop on your real estate journey. Here at Black Luxury, we're going to check in with you periodically to not only see how you're doing, but to see what that next goal is and how we can help you achieve that next goal. Real estate, much like happiness, is a journey. There will be no point in time in your existence on this planet where you are not affected in some shape, form, or fashion by real estate. And it is my goal to make sure that I can help you in your real estate journey whenever possible. Okay, so that being said, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for spending time with me to walk you through the luxury culture method. And I look forward to helping you achieve all of your real estate goals in the near future. All right. Feel free to share this video with someone who you know who may need some real estate help. Comment below, send me a message, and we can talk so I can help you achieve your real estate goals. My name is Nathaniel Crawford. Let's talk soon.